minute, guys. Oh, thanks, honey. My wife is like, I was like, we're going to give it another minute, guys. And the next thing you know, and we're on. Hey. Hi. If you're new here, this is the Poseidon Show. It's a good time. So this week we're going to talk about basketball. It's a little off the subject of fishing. All right, that's enough. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. The fish are hitting everywhere. And I'm Mr. Poseidon. And everybody, I like everybody to meet my wife. If you're out there and you're brand new, come on, man. Subscribe. Listen, don't give me no thing about, he hasn't even said a thing about fishing yet. Yeah, the show just started. We got to make introductions. Oops, what happened there, hon?
No, you're fine.
Oh, scared me.
I know.
Oh, I pushed the button and that thing went off. There she is.
Hey.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Every week is an adventure.
It is an adventure. So let's let them know. Let's keep you on the line for a minute. And I'd like you to scoot a little bit to your...
No.
Yeah, there you go. No. We're going to put you on the full view blow up. So you had a couple of extra enchiladas this week. So my wife was in Florida this week. And you visited your parents, right?
Oh, yes. I just got back late last night, so...
Yeah. It's been rough.
Trying to get back into my regular schedule here.
It's hard, guys. When my wife visits her in-laws, and it's like a week.
My parents were in-laws.
Yeah, my in-laws, excuse me. You know, it's like the spook and the spoof and all that. But anyway, same thing. So when she visits her parents there, and she comes back, she's in like another mode. She's like in the mode of, like, I got to be very, very sensitive with her. Because anything I could say,
Let's just start again.
Stop. But yeah, I do love my wife very much. I want you to be happy.
Start crying at the drop of a hat,
right? And your parents and your brother Marcus. I know. We'll see them again soon. I said we'll go next month, right? But you got to be back for Sunday, please. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Today we're going to have on Orlando from NorCalKat. Have you called him yet, honey?
Hold on, I'm looking for
Let's give NorCalKat a call right now. So what's up, everybody? How you doing? The fishing's been great, man. Everywhere you go, striped bass. I mean, the river here by me, I put up a couple of shorts on YouTube. I did go fishing one day. My first day back, I skunked. I went out with Edwin Rivera. He got a nice 26-inch fish that day, 26, 27, whatever it was. But he got a nice fish that day. But I'll be going out again this week, testing my boundaries. That's with this broken ankle that I'm sick and tired of already, just whining about it. But I'm getting out. I'm getting better, man. It's easier to walk, realistic walking and trying to just keep limping. But after a while, you work real hard. Like at my job, we had a couple of rough days. I felt I didn't give it my best to get out there and just punch it all out. I heard my boss talking later on during the day. He said, right, you never give up, right? Most guys that get ahead are the guys that don't give up. And that's a philosophy I've always believed in. And, well, for one thing, on my credit, on my end, that if it was a credit at all, I do work a night shift. I had to work a double. It was tough. It's over now. My leg got stronger after that little adventure. It just got sore, just like working it out again and up and down ladders and working machinery and doing what we got to do. But anyway, let's get back to fishing. I want to talk about fishing. Striped bass here in the Hudson River has been dynamic. A lot of people catching big fish. It seems that...
Already?
Already. I was there, honey. I posted a couple of shorts. There was my buddy Mike. I call him Big Mike, big guy Mike. He's a fisherman. He's out there pretty much every day grinding, doing the grind. He started out in Alpine when they were just entering the inlet of the Hudson, catching big fish there. But he nailed a nice 27-pound, 39-inch striped bass. I was right there. I recorded it. And John Francisconi, just a few minutes later, recorded a 22-pound striped bass, 37-inch fish. Really nice fish. To all those guys, to a credit to all those guys, Catch and release. Thank you, guys. And it was all done quick. John and Mike were screaming at each other to hurry up at how fast they wanted to fish in the water. But, you know, to credit the striped bass, they like that. They like to get oxygen. Run 100 meters. Go ahead, run your full speed. Run it. Now, hold on a second. I'm not running right now. But run 100 yards and then huff and puff. That feels good. You're getting back that oxygen, but the difference is here. The striped bass does that 100 yards. And here's the worst part. You're pulling him out from his oxygen source. After doing that 100-yard dash, and you need that. A pregnant mama needs that oxygen. She's not getting it. Every second you have her out of the water. Looks like they're breathing. Oh, yeah, they're breathing. Look, the mouth. Yeah, they're trying to suck water in where it goes through the gills, converts and gets the oxygen out of the water. So remember, guys, catch and release and do it quick. I know we'll be speaking to Orlando in a little while. See what's going up with NCK. NCK, baby. That's NorCalKat. To see what's going up with him. But I will tell you one thing. He's very strict. You go fishing with a guy like that, and he's going to be nice. He's going to say yes. Don't sit there with the striped bass going, can you take 2 more pictures, Orlando? He'll say yes, he'll do it, but you're not going to go fishing with him again. I guarantee it. Anyhow, so getting back, I want to say hello to a few people now. We'll get on the reading glasses.
You got to see.
Oh, yeah, I got to see. Oski, how you doing? Tom Hood, John Francisconi, welcome and congratulations on that 22-inch, 37-inch fish you got on the river. What a beautiful fish, John. Really was. Really, really was. WR, thank you so much for that donation. That was so nice. We do donations on this show. That's pretty much the only way we get by. I don't have any sales, anything that I'm selling. Surfcasting Chris, what's up, brother? Happy birthday to my man, Oscar, also. It'll be my birthday in 2 days also. Nikki Bass, Oski, Tom Hood, we net. Night shift fishing. Matt, what's up? We were just speaking a little while ago. Carl Newman, my mom, how you doing? My mom's out there every week, guys. My mom's 83 years old, so don't give me anything about, I'm really not that good on the computer. Okay. Bloodline Fishing Adventures, James Flynn. Ebby Point is the man. Eb, I'll get in touch with you either right after the show or I'm interested. I'm picking up some more bags from the guy. So for those of you guys that don't know, Eb Point makes a nice light bag. The 2-2 bag being my favorite. And he also makes a single 2 bag. He makes some beautiful stuff. Thank you so much to Ed Point, who supported me since the start of this show, since the very beginning, when we used to have 10 and 12 people on. Bronx Surfcaster, how you doing, my buddy Oscar? What's going on? John Crianis. Anybody else I missed? Joe Albanese, president of the Hudson River Association. Good to see you, buddy. It's tough for me to make the weekends, buddy, especially this time of year when at my job we're doing heavy maintenance. And a lot of the doubles are on that, so it's tough for me to get together with you for that. Outcast One, how you doing, buddy? I will be seeing him in Montauk in June. I meet him there every year. Dynamite surfcaster, and knows all the bigwigs out there, too. That's a fact. Luke Chesnick, welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Edwin Rivera, how you doing? We had a nice time fishing last week. I'm hoping to get my second stint in this week. So let's make this quick right now. Let's get on over to Orlando, NCK. That's NorCalKat for those of you guys that don't know. So get that asphyxiated in your mind. NCK. Orlando, what's up, buddy?
All right, here he is.
Hey, what's up?
Let's give you a nice cheer there, Orlando. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Orlando from NCK. How you doing, Orlando?
Good, man. How you doing?
Everything's fine, buddy. We got some nice weather today. Everybody's out and about here on the East Coast when the spring nears in or when it gets here and you get these nice days like today. What's it, 70 degrees, honey?
Nah, I think it's just about 55 or so. Not as hot as
That's like
yesterday,
way off.
but
Yesterday was
still.
70, so I haven't been out today. I was sleeping. I got home from
Catching
work
up
this
on your
morning, yeah. I went down to the river earlier, took my stroll, and then I got home. But
How's
anyway.
the foot? Are you trying to still get that healed or what?
Am I still trying to what?
Get your foot healed.
Yeah, I am, Orlando, because if it was healed, I would go right after work. Like this morning, at least a few hours, and then I would come home. But I'm not going to do that. So I'll wait. I'll wait again. This week it should be better. Last week I went out with Edwin. Maybe this week I'll shoot out again, see what's up, and hopefully I'll be in better spirits. The day they were all catching them, bro, I was there. I had a fishing rod, but I just wasn't ready. I was sore, man, and I was worried.
Is it like the ability to move around or
Yeah,
yeah.
Right now, it's not the ability to move around. Move around is great. You move around, you get to theirs. But when you require, and you're fighting a striped bass, and you might require a quick move or pressure, or you might, at the rocks, I don't even go down. I wanted to help these guys net the fish. I couldn't walk down because right now my foot can sit straight. But if I go on rocks, you got to do your little angle bends and everything.
That's
and
dangerous.
I'm not ready for that quite yet. Hopefully by June I will, Orlando, because that's when I head to Montauk, and I pray to God that it'll be ready for that month,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's the magic moon month, buddy. That's when we wait for those sand deals, and as soon as we see those and you find those, you found the prize, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be back east in June as well. I'll be out there for 2 weeks. So yeah.
Oh wow.
But I'm gonna be pretty much spread out.
Got you.
I'm basically gonna be mobile, wherever I need to go, because I don't want to set plans
Of course.
for being in one spot and they're not there, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm stuck here. So I'm gonna be very mobile. So
Gotta be flexible.
yeah.
Good move. It's not a good move. It's just, knowledgeable fishermen. When you get here, then you'll find out where you're going to be an exit. You find out where the fish are. Obviously, you're taking a trip to the East Coast, so those things are well prepared for you.
Yeah.
So what's the latest with you, Orlando? What's going on?
Oh man. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been posting a little bit less, and it's not that I don't want to be as active on the social media or whatnot. I've just been slammed. I've been extremely, extremely, extremely busy. Time is of the essence for me right now. I've been working and developing and learning and researching so many like new products and new developments that I'm working on. I just don't have like as much if I wanted to take longer and make my learning curve longer, I could do, continue to do how I like doing things. But, it's just I've been last 3-4 months, I've been working really, really hard on just learning new processes, just stuff that I'm not used to. Because I'm trying to kind of where I'm going at is I'm developing stuff that I've always thought in my head, like, hey, if I had this tool, it would be freaking epic, or it would be a great tool. But I haven't done it because I know that the work behind it is, it's not like you're taking somebody that somebody else already does and you're just copying it. You're developing it from scratch on your own. So I had to learn like all kinds of new software, products, testing products. I mean, freaking, it's been killing me.
Tell me.
In the pocketbook, it's been killing me.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
it's been crazy, man.
I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't want to talk about the pocketbook because these are the facts about the pocketbook. The pocketbook, it's funny, but this is the facts about the pocketbook. You're going to make a good product. You have to invest in good equipment from the ground up. Am I not right?
Yeah.
So that takes care of the pocket question, bro. You're getting a good product from this man. You're not getting a cheap product. I remember when you put the fan in your house. That's a high-grade fan. Bro, we have those filter readers at my job, and I'm in a professional building. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I saw it, I knew what it was. It's a reader which tells you that your filter is good or no good. And when it's not good, you pull it out, you put a fresh one on, and now you have extended your life 600 years. Am I not right?
Well, that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
It's like with plug builders, how many times do you see, a new plug builder pop up? You see it every week almost, it feels like. There's a new plug builder, but the longevity of a plug builder, that's where, there's so many obstacles that come in the way. Work, life, family, money. And then also it just, some guys don't realize it, but they're selling their lures at a loss. And that can only go for so long before you realize, or the wife realizes, like, hey,
Yeah.
how much are you selling these lures for? And then they'll be like, oh, I'm selling them, for $30 or $40 or whatever. When you start breaking down the math and the actual cost, what it's costing,
Of
I'm
course.
talking your electricity, your tooling,
Everything.
all your parts and equipment, and your time, because that's probably the most valuable asset part of a lure builder is his time, and experience. A lot of these guys, man, they stopped making lures. How many plug bidders, just think about it, guys, over the last 20 years, how many plug bidders have come to start making lures,
Yeah.
and then they're gone.
Yeah,
A
it's
year,
true.
two
I know
years later,
some.
they're gone because they just realized, like, this, it's a lot of work. Um, and it's the time behind it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're neglecting your family, you're neglecting your kids, you're neglecting, other obligations, and so you have to kind of like prioritize, all these things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's why sometimes I chuckle. I read some posts and people are like, "Oh, plug bidders should break even." Well, you'd be shocked what break even is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
When you actually break down the math and the cost of everything, you be shocked.
Yeah, no
So
doubt. I just want to say something about the plug building that you're talking about. Okay, so everybody out there, you love the laws, you love shopping for the laws, and then your mind gets an idea. Hey, maybe I could do this. I like woodworking, but remember, sometimes the love you have for something can also pull you out of that love and make you like, you know what, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go fishing right now, or whatever the reason. That's hard for me to say. It's hard for a lot of people to say. But what I'm trying to say here is that here you are, you love to shop for lures. They're beautiful. I can do this. And you can do it. You go, you get a little lathe, you start working on it. You just created a lure that swims beautiful, that works right in the colors. You're an artist. You've created it, and you're looking at it, and you're like, wow, I really can do this. Now you start to make 5, 10, 20, and you sell them. You sell them to your friends, and they buy them, and you're like, this is great. And Orlando knows what he's talking about. So when you're selling that plug for 20, 25 bucks, if you're not breaking even, you're losing money. I'm talking about lesser plugs, smaller plugs. You get into the larger stuff where you need more wood and bigger hooks. Obviously, it's going to be more money. Everything that you do on a large. But what I'm getting at now is the final step. Now you've gotten to that point, and people are starting to pour in orders. Now, what Orlando says, it's time away from your family. Bro, you got to go in there, and you got to create the same plug 30 times, maybe 40 times. Maybe you got an order on a plug that everybody really liked, and I want that plug. So now you're doing it 40 times, over and over and over. Do you really love it enough to really want to be a lure maker? Because I look at those guys. I'm older, all right? I'm not the youngest guy in the world. I'm 29 now. But I'm older is what I'm trying to say. And I've seen it. I've seen a lot of that. You really have to have a love for something to keep going and keep striving. Those are the guys usually that make it. Those are the guys that usually have the best product. And I give you a lot, Orlando, because to sit there every day and just go and grind it out, and you got to wear all kinds of special equipment, make sure that your equipment is also upgraded. Do you have all your paints that you need when you need them? This is a constant thing. It's not just creating a pretty lure and looking at it. So I want to go back to Orlando and tell me if I'm right or wrong about that, Orlando.
I mean, 100%, man. And that's not just with lure building. It could be anything, man. Talk to any guy in any industry. I mean, shoot, just talk to Ed Point. I bet you Ed Point has the same exact feeling when it comes to making bags. I'd be shocked if he said it is not. But Turtle Cove. Ask all those guys, man. Freaking, it's like it's a grind, man, and it's a lot of work. But you have to have a love for it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But and it's, to me, what keeps me intrigued, I think it's the constant wanting to develop something better. I'm not trying to copy like something that somebody else makes or not, because I'll just buy that. I mean, I'm good with supporting somebody else that makes something good. But it's sometimes that, when I'm out fishing, I'm like, damn, I need something to do this, or I need something that
Mm-hmm.
I may have a lure that's 3 inches, and it's like, man, if I had a version of this same lure that's freaking 10 or 11 or 9 inches and did the same kind of action and properties, it'd be fucking money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
that's where
Yeah.
my head is always at, man.
Yeah,
So
at Point Surf Casting said the same.
Yeah, he said the same.
Same
yeah,
thing.
like I said, it's all those guys, man.
What does
Um,
Bloodline Fishing Adventures have to say to him? This, see that one, yeah.
Bloodline saying Orlando learned from one of the best plug builders out there. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's Mike Fixer, man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't talk about Mike enough,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
because we have an advantage because we have
Yeah.
outlets to do research. We have outlets to talk to people and all that stuff. But imagine 50 years ago, you didn't have those outlets. You didn't have the internet or any of that stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
you had the yellow pages. That's what you had. And then you had, you know what I mean?
And for Amazon, we have the Sears catalog.
Yeah, basically you did. And so I, they had the hard way to learn that. The
Right,
learning
right.
curve now is so much more faster. But I'm not going to take it away. It is still a grind to learn stuff. I mean, you could do stuff the real simple way
Yep.
and get by, but that you kind of want to separate yourself from other stuff. So that's kind of where I'm trying to take my stuff at. I mean, it's like
Yep.
I see what I make now.
That's where the magic happens, baby. Say it. That's where the magic. You care about enough it that you know what? It's working right. But to you, you're looking at something. You're going, you know what? Maybe if I put on, just a tinge smaller hook, maybe you put it. You know what? There it is. It works better. That's why that builder buys that plug. Why? He loves it. He loves the way it looks. But at the same time, he's catching fish. And that's why your product sells. And I know that for a fact. I even sent you a picture with the Demon Daughter out there, the orange one I had on, the yellow. And I got the 25-pounder in Long Island. Everybody was jealous. Where'd you get this? Where'd you get? What do you mean, where'd you got this? Go on the internet and get on the waiting list like everybody else.
Well, that's another thing that I kind of I close my books because I have my log is just it's unbelievable how many orders I have, and it's like guys, it's just I appreciate the support and I love it, but it's a little bit overwhelming. I'm almost embarrassed to tell somebody that's like, hey, I want to get a plug and I can't. I said, hey, my books are closed right now. I can't. I'm pretty backed up as it is, because the guys that are on my log right now, they're not ordering like 2 plugs or 3 plugs. Some of you guys are already 15, 20 plugs a person. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, but I got a lot of stuff in the works for the future to improve my production. Okay. I've been investing in myself. That's the part where as a new plug bidder, I'd give advice to you guys is break down what your cost is on your material, your time, your space, your tooling, and the replacement of that tooling. And a lot of times you hear people like, oh, as a plug bidder, you should break even. What company out there is in business to break even?
There you go.
You're not gonna make it. You're gonna do it for a year or 2, and you're gonna quit. You want to make a profit. That way you could buy more equipment, more tooling, buy more product, all that stuff.
And most of all, Orlando, you mentioned it earlier, the time with the family.
Yeah. I mean, if people are not willing to pay you for your time, then just don't. That's why a lot of plug bidders quit, because they're like, oh no, I can't pay that. And it's like, okay, well, I just won't build and I'll go spend time with my family and I'll just go fishing.
Right.
That's what happens to a lot of plug bidders.
Sure.
They're just like, I'm spending countless amount of hours in here. They lose the passion that way. I mean? So, but you don't want to be over expensive, but it's a fine line, man. I mean, that's why, like, on some of my stuff, I try to keep it simple. And then people are like, oh man, I love your stuff.
Yes.
It's when I tell you this, I hold back a lot of what I can do because time is money. So, you know, I could go way farther than my current product is, but I
Sure.
don't, because it's like I don't want to make it either too nice of a plug or too detailed. Or, you know, like trust me, I could go like really into them like crazy, but you know, if I had to tell somebody, hey, it's gonna be $400 for this plug, because I spent, you know, 5-6 hours on this one plug because you wanted the best product, or, you know,
Yeah.
one, they probably won't fish it. You know what I mean? And then two, you know, sometimes people are just not willing to pay that. You know what I mean? So that's the reality of it. It's like a fine line. You have to balance
Trade-off.
of being, you know, something that's fishable, but also that's also a piece of artwork, you know?
Exactly.
Right,
Like
no
Luke,
doubt.
Luke Chesniak out there saying low margins and high risk. It's terrible.
No business is going to survive at that point. You know what I mean? Even if it's a hobby, you can't look at it that way, because, you know, I feel bad when I see guys turning wood and they're selling their wood for like $30 a piece or whatnot, and they don't even have a dust collector. They're breathing in all that freaking dust particles from the wood as they're turning the wood, because they want to be affordable price, but they're not upping the price so they can buy themselves at least a dust collector, so they're not breathing that stuff and getting into their lungs and maybe causing them damage down the road. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to think of it as that way. It's like, okay, now if you're just gonna not reinvest in yourself, then that's on you, man. You know what I mean? But as any builder, you should always reinvest in yourself, in all your safety equipment. Have all your, you know, your dust collection system, your air filtration systems, all that stuff, because and have all your mask and your gloves and all this equipment that you need for your safety. Go to any business, industrial business, and the number one priority is always the safety, having all the proper equipment. And you have to treat your hobby that way as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because there's been a few builders that I've known in the past. They couldn't. They had to stop building because they got allergic to wood. The wood they were using, they breathed it in that product so much in their lungs that their body became allergic to it.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Luke Chesniak, thank you so much for that, Luke. Appreciate that donation, guys. We take donations on the show. We don't make money any other way, at least for now. I don't. But I want to let you guys know. So, the first guy to call in tonight and get to speak to Orlando direct, honey, you want to put up that number? So my wife will put up that number. At the same time, the first caller to get accepted will receive a nice plug here. What's the name of the? Yeah, that's a plug.
Bucktail.
Yeah, that's a bucktail. But what's his name? I forgot his name.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the phone number.
It's Li Bass. It's Li Bass Hunter. Check him out on Instagram. He makes some beautiful bucktails. He gave me a few to give away at the show.
There we go.
So first guy to call up, you know the number. You got the number up, honey?
It's up on the screen now. It's going to be like the mad race.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Up on
Oh, I see it now. Oh, cool. That's so cool. So give a call and you get to win this bucktail, and you get to ask Orlando a few questions. So Orlando,
what if they don't have a question? They're just gonna. What if they just want to call in, say hi?
then call in. There it is.
Okay.
There you go. So let me turn you on here also if you need me to. There we go. The Bluetooth is now on, darling. Let me know when. Okay. Yeah, so guys, today we're speaking to Orlando from NCK, Danny DeMorales. Thank you for that so much. You've always been a dynamite guy for me. Danny DeMorales, check him out on Instagram under Surf Pier Fishing, right, Danny? We'll put it up to be exact so they know exactly where to go. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you. We had a wonderful time at your dinner last month. A couple of surf fishermen showed up. It was a really, really good time. So that's Brooklyn _ Pier _ fishing. Brooklyn Surf Pier Fishing. Yeah, okay. So what do we got on, honey?
We have Tom on the line. Go ahead.
Tom.
You want to turn off your other device.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing there, Mr. P?
How you doing, Tom? Everything all right?
Hey, how you Yeah, everything's
right.
good.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is just lower the volume you're listening to.
What's that?
Lower the volume you're listening to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right, buddy. If it happens again, it's going to be a problem. We're going to have to come over. No, I'm
All right, I'm
kidding.
good to go.
There you go, buddy. Now you're good. How you doing? This Tom Hood, right?
Yeah, you got it.
How you doing, buddy? How's the fishing over there?
Oh, man, it's been tough. It's been tough. I had a better January and February than I did in March.
Don't worry. The fish are around the corner. They'll be there in a little while, and I'll be joining you over there.
But the real good thing about March is I made it to the top of Orlando's list.
Ah, there you go. All right, so I'm going to let you take over. It's you and Orlando right now, buddy. Go ahead.
What's up?
Hey, Orlando, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Yeah, doing excellent. I know I got a couple of lures that you're working on for me.
Mm-hmm.
And can't wait for you to finish them up and, I send a little cashola your way and complete the transaction.
Yeah. I sent you some update pictures of, I kind of do that with everybody. Once I get them painted, and before I do the clear, I always send them a little, sneak peek of where they're at on their lure. So, but yeah, that's what I sent you. So,
yeah,
I think I just finished doing epoxy today on those. So yeah, it's just grinding through the time and getting it done, man. You'll have them soon.
Yeah, well, I know you've been busy and everything else, so man, I really appreciate it because I forget when I contacted you, but I know it was a while ago, and I'm just so glad to really actually get to the, I can't wait to put them in my bag and put some fish on them. That's for sure.
Coming from my end of it here and hearing this and watching, I'm so happy that I can get two people together, and my wife helping me also, that here's the builder and here's the guy who's buying, two guys talk. I love this, man. I'm so happy right now. Cheers to the pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers to the pineapple. I don't often say that, but thank you to everybody for watching. It's been a great show, and it's going to continue. Back to Tom Hood. Go ahead, Tom.
Come on now, hit that pineapple. Don't just lift it up.
There you go.
But,
cheers.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, I'm familiar with Orlando's product. He's, during COVID, he actually sent some lures out to the saltwater edge. So definitely want to give a shout out to those guys because they did all they could for the anglers in the area to make sure that they got a good shot, and it was all fair the way they did it as far as like raffling off your number in the line and everything else as far as getting a chance, and then also limiting what you could buy so that everybody had a shot at getting a lure from whoever they wanted to get one from.
Yeah.
So, hats off to you, Orlando, for participating in that effort because I know it was no easy task.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. Actually, tonight I'll be painting up some of those lures. I'm making scaredy cats, demon darters for that show, and some speed demon darters. Now, the difference between a demon darter and a speed demon darter, the demon darters has all the details, the gills, the eyes, and all that stuff. And the speed demons are just real simple, Bill Couch style, one color, no eyes, no nothing. They're a little bit more slimmer, but it's just a real simple design. If you don't want all the details and kind of the artistry to it, you know what I mean? So, I'll be making some of those, and yeah, I'll be sending those out. I wanted to make the show this year, but unfortunately, when they let me know the date of the show, I had already had plans with the family. I'm gonna be in Florida that weekend that the show is. And so hopefully next year I'll be able to make it in person, but this year I'm just going to be sending them the plugs, and the guys in the shop are going to have a table and they're going to be selling them for me. So
yeah, that's great. They've done that in the past, and it's always great to see your product there. I'll definitely be there on April 22nd, and may even get another opportunity to pick up another plug or two of yours.
I appreciate it. There's gonna be some great builders out there. I mean, the lineup there is freaking amazing, man. So yeah, I think if you're able to get that day off or be there, I think it's definitely a show you definitely want to make because of
Nice.
just the guys that are there are top notch. I mean, you got Frank Gonsalves is going to be there, Chris Voorhees,
Nice.
the,
Right.
Voorhees.
Paul Moriarty, which is the professor. I mean, there's going to be some freaking pretty cool guys out there, man. Freaking so you
Nice.
could pick up a plug or two from each one of those guys. I think it's a home run.
Sweet.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
What is
Well, it was nice
that?
chatting with you guys. I want to get off the phone so that anybody else
Yes,
can get
Tom.
an opportunity
Thank
to
you.
call in. All
You're
right.
you're a
Awesome. Thanks,
gentleman.
Mr. P.
Yep, listen, you're a gentleman and a better fisherman, my friend. Thank you so much. And I'll be sending you
Awesome.
over this lure made by L.I. Bass Hunter. Makes some beautiful lures. Check them out on Instagram, guys. We'll leave a
that's
link at the
great.
bottom. Thank you so much. All right,
Yeah.
Tommy?
I'll
see
thank you as
soon,
well.
buddy.
Good
Thank you,
night.
buddy.
All right.
All
Bye-bye.
right, so for the next guy to call in, again, we're going to have another bucktail by L.I. Bass Hunter. This one's pretty cool. I mean, I like this. He's got like the little lightning rods going on top. This is the Frankenstein of lures. At least that's what it looks like to me. And it's pretty cool. It's a black and white. Got the feathered black and white. Got the bucktail white. We got somebody calling in, honey.
You wanna
I
Let
could
me go with that.
mimic
Go
a
ahead.
squid pretty good right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a-
without a doubt, Orlando. This guy
Uh-huh.
makes some good stuff. I like the tails. Just the tails attract me. I can imagine what they do for a striped bass when they're chasing them. Anything to trigger them to go after that, thinking it's a live lure, hopefully. I'd like to say a few things, Orlando, before we get you back. We're just going to take a
Yeah.
1-minute break. Number one, the giveaways that everybody loves to come to the show for. I know you're not here for me. You're here for Orlando and the giveaways. That's it. That's all you're here for. You're not here for Mr. Poseidon. All right, so let's get the overhead view. Guys, let me...
It's a super
yeah, I
overhead
gotta
view.
get the close up. There we go. Where'd you go with it? There we go.
Okay.
All right, right there. Then we'll move it over. All right, let me get that earplug back in my ear.
Oh,
All right, so
man.
right here, I got some really nice stuff. Let me start off with Vinny's Customs. Vinny's out of Rhode Island. Makes some beautiful lures. We got a beautiful two-piece, so you want to call it a little plastic tail on the end of there. I'm not sure who makes the plastic portion of it, but Vinny's Customs double bracket. How would you call this? I forget, but double jointed. There you go.
Double jointed,
I'm
yeah.
good. My memory's good. Yeah, keep doing drugs, Eric. It's good. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, but a double jointed plug here.
Orlando's cracking
Nighttime fishing most of the times. It's like a dark purple, really nice. And I'm gonna be honest, right here, this goes up in the category of the Orlando. I don't want to put you up with anybody's category because you make a beautiful product, but I do have favorite lures like everybody else, and yours happen to be, on top of my list. Unfortunately, I can't afford $6 million for every one of your lures, so I got to hold off. So I bought 2. I spent $12 million. I think that's good to start with. But you guys know what I'm talking about. You pay for good product. What did we say about earlier with Orlando? And we're not done with him. We're going to get more in depth in his business there. But what did we say? In order to have good product, you got to have, good product to get that product. And what do I mean by that? His fans, his machines, his painting, his skills of painting that he has, getting the proper hooks on there. Is it through a wire? Is it, all the stuff that he does is tested, and it all takes time and it all costs money, folks. So there you have it. So here we have right here, Outcast Lures. I met these guys at a few of the shows, both dynamite fellas. I just want to say that I do love your product, guys. This is a pencil popper that will fly 5.0. These are not cheap products that I got on here. Vinny's Customs, you get them at a nice, decent price today. I can't even believe that he has them so down low. He makes them here in America. Also, Outcast Law, same thing. Kudos to you guys because you make a plug here that can fly, guys. You put this on your rod and reel. I don't care what you're using. You're going to make it fly with this product. Just don't put 5-pound test and go casting out a 5.0 load. Don't do that because Mr. Poseidon didn't say to do that. Put on 10-pound and you might have a chance if you know what you're doing. Other than that, let's get back now. Is that all I wanted to say? Who do we got on the line, honey?
The phone. No, nothing coming in.
Okay, so guys, the next guy to call in right now, you'll receive this lure. I'll send it to you with the other orders. I know there was a winner last week. We're sending his stuff out tomorrow along with today's. But call in right now. Give me a break. Put the number up, honey. Get Orlando up on the screen. There you go.
There's Orlando with the number.
There's Orlando with the number. Orlando!
There.
Come on, let's get on some music here. It's too boring without music.
No, it's okay.
You know? We'll get back to Orlando in a minute, but
Who's gonna
let's
be
get a
the
caller in,
Let's
man.
see.
Come on, what are you guys afraid of? Hi, Orlando. I'm the guy that you sent the lures to and didn't pay you the money.
No.
I didn't send it. I lied. I gave you a fake credit card. I gave Mr. Poseidon's number.
It was somebody on earlier that was asking Orlando, where's my lure?
Where's his lure? Bloodline Fishing Adventures. Hey, buddy. Derek, man, thank you so much for that. Such a gentleman. There we go. Somebody's coming in right now. Go ahead, honey. Take it all away. Orlando, I just want to mention to you again, thank you for taking time out. And I know how valuable your time is. I know it because you're constantly working. And I want to say thank you to you outright for being on my show and giving me this time. I appreciate that. And giving my subscribers a chance to meet the man himself from California. NCK, that's NorCalKat. Don't forget that. NCK, build it in because that's the brand. NCK. Don't forget it.
Well, it's good to take a break too. You know what I mean? So,
It is.
You know, and then also seeing everybody from, you know, the spoof crew and whatnot. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind it, dude.
I remember you took a break there in October for a little bit of time. There we were seeing a lot of you on Instagram.
October, November, December, January, February.
There you go.
These
Everybody
last 5
needs
months, man. I've been dedicated because I've been having to like teach myself, like with all these new products that I'm testing. I'm having to teach myself like how to use new software and equipment. I bought like new equipment, new materials, and then that material doesn't work out, you know, and it's like, oh man, I gotta try something else. And doing all kinds of research, you know, like I was telling you earlier, I've been talking to people who do like Hollywood, you know, special effects and stuff, and the materials they use, and whatnot. And it's like I'm using stuff at a complete whole different industry, and learning from like the top quality guys there, and then trying to bring it to the fishing industry. So, but at that same time, it's a big learning curve for myself, man, and it's a lot of trial and error. I feel like a mad scientist over here.
Yeah. And that's what I want to talk about before we get off that subject, and now that we're on it. So that's what I want to talk about, your business, your love, your lawmaking, NCK, NorCalKat, for those of you guys that don't know. I know you've been working on new stuff. You've been doing new things. Not only have you been making the laws, you got to keep up the list that you're keeping up, but you've been doing some things on the side, which is developing new product. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, so when I go out fishing, I don't just use wood. Sometimes people have that notion that, you know, I'm just using wood. I'm using soft plastic. I'm using bucktails. I'm using hard plastic. I'm using anything and everything that I feel that's a good tool for what the situation that I'm fishing, right? So I'm trying to kind of incorporate some of that stuff into my line. So, for example, like soft plastics, I'm working on making some baits that are soft plastic, but they're engineered for striped bass. Because a lot of soft plastics are made without giving you guys like the full scope of what I'm doing.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
A lot of soft plastics are built for like largemouth bass and all that stuff. I'm making them for striped bass.
Okay.
And it's not just like adding a hook and then calling it a striped bass lure. No, it's from the design, the weight, the everything, the material, all that stuff, man. So yeah,
all right.
I'll have some cool stuff coming out.
I know you will. I want to continue on this. Don't stop. Wait, hold on. I got a caller that's calling in Orlando, and
right.
Name is honey.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up?
How you doing, Jonathan? Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good. Last time I checked.
So here's the good part. We're gonna have you on very soon, Jonathan. You're scheduled to be on the show. But I know, now a lot of people don't know who Jonathan is. We're going to mention who Jonathan is. Jonathan is Hoka Plugs. So if you guys have been seeing lately, he got a little serious. He's been making some plugs. He's been posting on Instagram. But there is something going on here. Orlando and Hoka Plugs are sort of related in a way. Can we talk about this? So Hoka, you got the floor with Orlando. Go ahead. Yeah, buddy.
I was just taught by the same guy as Orlando was.
And that name is, let's let everybody know.
Mike Fixer. Yeah, we're hoping to get. I was hoping to get him on the show, a while back.
Yeah.
Some things happened with him personally, so he wasn't able to do it. But hopefully in the future we'll be able to make something happen.
Sounds good. I appreciate that, Jonathan. Jonathan's a good man, a plug builder that he also has. See, I know that, let's get the story so everybody understands also. Orlando grew up basically with Mr. Fixter. There you go. Don't worry, it's the drugs. Just blame it on that, goddammit. Anyway, so Mike Fixter, basically, he grew up, fishing, or I should say the opposite. Orlando grew up fishing, learned a lot of techniques, things like that, fishing with the guy, and he knew he was a plug builder. Followed him for how many years were you with him, Orlando?
I didn't grow up with Mike.
Okay,
I actually ran into Mike when I moved out from to Northern California, because I was in the Air Force before I moved out here to Northern California. So, but I've basically known Mike close to, God, we're going on maybe 20 years almost.
And for those people that don't know who Mike Fixter is, please explain to them in the quickest sense that you can explain, Orlando, who Mike Fixter is.
Hey, he's the West Coast freaking plug legend. I mean, the guy.
There you go.
He was doing things on the West Coast for striped bass before anybody, were doing what he's doing. I mean, the guy dialed in his own area. It's all self-taught, man. Freaking the guy, everything the guy knows was on his own freaking, his own intuition and all trial and error. That's 50 years of experience that he has. And he's not just a builder, he's a freaking phenomenal fisherman. I mean, that guy, when I used to fish with him, I mean, give it that he's retired, but when I used to fish with him, I'd be like dead tired. Like I'm ready to call it quits. And I'm looking over at Mike and he's casting like he just freaking got on the water, like a full on blown cast. And I'm like I have my energy levels like at 0 and Mike's like on a 10. And I'm just like, man, I can't go over there and tell Mike like, hey, I'm ready to tap out when this guy's freaking casting hella hard, like fishing hard. And I'm like, ugh. But you know what? Seeing Mike do that has made me push and has put me on fish times that I probably in the past where I was like, yeah, I'm ready to tap, I'm done.
Nice.
Seeing Mike still hard at it, pushing and wanting to fish, I make that few extra casts and all of a sudden, boom, I'm on. And there she wrote, I end up fishing for another 3-4 more hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, so we got who Mike Fixter is, right? He's like the legend in California. Like we have Gibbs over here. We can pretty much say that he's in the same category. They knew each other, those guys. And they've fished together, actually, also. But I want to also mention that now let's get over to the caller, back to the caller. So I'm letting everybody know the education here of Mike Fixer, Orlando, and going back to Jonathan right now. Now, you had moved, correct, Orlando? You had moved up north a little bit. So you weren't really with Mike Fixer much. And I know Jonathan had met him, right, Jonathan? You want to tell us that story?
Yeah, I was down there fishing on the beach and met Mike. Well, actually, I had asked Orlando about buying some of his plugs, and he had a wait list. he said, go over there and buy some plugs for Mike Fixer. So that's how I originally met Mike. I bought some plugs for him. And then I started running into him down there on the beach, and there's a lot. It was kind of a funny story. There's maybe another time, but there's a lot of poaching that goes on down here where we're at. It's really blatant in your face and out in the open, and it's pretty disgusting and angering, you know.
Well, I know Orlando carries a 6-round shotgun, and I know for a fact that only 2 of the rounds have been used. I don't know whether they missed or they got him, but be cool when you're fishing around Orlando. He is anything of a poach, man. You're gonna lose a friend for life, bro. That's it.
Yeah, it goes on a lot, but it was a pretty funny story. A friend of mine is a game warden, so
yeah,
you know, I this one day there was a good bite going on, and you know, all these guys a bunch of them were poaching. You know, they were keeping over limit and all that. So I called my buddy, the game warden, and I said, "Hey, there's a bunch of guys poaching down here. You got to get your ass down here and bust these guys." and sure enough, you know, he was down there in the parking lot, you know, the next day after the bite had died down. But that was kind of like the Friday. I told Mike that day, I said, "Hey, my buddy's going to be showing up here, the game warden." So that was pretty funny. I think then he kind of knew that I was a stand-up guy, you know, and he started talking to me a little bit more. But he's very leery, you know, of people that he doesn't know.
Yeah,
he'll only share like a little bit of information with them. He won't share very much with you.
Yeah, we'll settle
but
that.
He's taken me under his wing. Yeah,
we'll settle that stand-up guy thing after you pay me back that $5. All right, buddy? No, I'm kidding. You don't owe me any money. I'm kidding. Tom, Jonathan's a good guy, man. Both of you guys are good guys. So, Jonathan, I want to get into the nitty-gritty here. So now everybody pretty much knows how you guys know each other, how you both worked with Mike Fixer. So I want to have you ask Orlando some questions on some lore building or something to that matter, or whatever you want to ask him. I want a question for you to ask him now. I feel like Orlando's taking the SATs right now.
I was, you know, I always listen to anything Orlando has to say.
Sure,
you know, he's always got a lot of really, really good information. You know, when he does talk, when it comes to plug building or fishing,
no doubt,
for sure, like 100%. So I do look up to him, and you know the things that he talks about, says, and you know his word. But you know, he was talking about, you know, you're actually losing money when you're making plugs, and I feel like I'm kind of at that point right now. All the time and energy and everything you're putting into it. Yeah.
People don't realize it, that they think like, oh, I'm breaking even, but they're only counting their material that they're using, but they're not accounting their space, their electricity, the replacement of tooling, like all that comes in factor, and also your time. What is your time worth? Are you worth $1 an hour? Are you worth $5, $10, $20, $30?
Yep.
You know, everybody says they want to raise. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to put value to what your time is. You know, the best way I could tell people is like, okay, how much is it worth to you to spend time with your daughter?
Right.
How much, you know, is it worth for you to walk away from your daughter for $5 an hour? I know you know what your answer is going to be. You know what I mean? So you have to always.
So let's see right now how good of a boss Orlando would be. So I'm your employer, Orlando. Hi, Mr. Orlando. You know, I've been with you now for 107 years. You've never given me a raise before. Can I have a raise?
Well, you know, shoot, minimum wage out here in California is almost $20.
Is it really, Orlando?
Yeah.
$20?
Almost.
Honey, it's time to go. I mean, I'm working for $7 over here, for Christ's sake. And if you want to count YouTube, it's going to knock it down to 49 cents. I'm not kidding. Bruce Bain, thank you for that donation. And earlier also I had, who else made donations, honey? Go flicker down, because I got to mention these people. I mean, you're making donations to me like, you know, Alan Waters. Thank you so much. Also, yeah, I mentioned Bruce Bain, dynamite guy. Bloodline Fishing Adventures. And I know I mentioned the people before that, Danny DeMorales, Luke Chesnick. I mean, you know, guys, it's not a big donation. We're talking about $1.20. You know, basically tonight, what did we make? $4, honey? No, I'm kidding. These guys gave nice donations. $10, you know, $5, even $2 donations are great, man. I'm proud because we're not doing anything. I want to say hello to some people, too, for a second. Bill Jacob, thank you so much for showing up to the show. Bill Jacobs been on the show a few times already. Thank you so much. I'm wearing his shirt in Orlando's tonight, coast to coast, right? Dynamite stuff. I love you guys for putting that on. Donations were made to Orlando. Can you tell me who that went to? Because I don't know.
That went to the Saltwater Guide Association, which those are the guys who are always fighting. If you look at all the meetings that happen on the East Coast, they're the guys that are always the front and right in front of everything, man. So, and they're also informing everybody of what's going on or what the meeting was talked about. So being informed, supporting those guys, I think it's crucial because they're always going to put their best foot forward, and fight for what's right out there. I mean, because you're fighting money. That's what you're fighting. And what I mean by you're fighting money, you're fighting people with money that can afford lawyers.
Sure.
They don't even show up themselves.
I know, it's incredible.
The lawyers show up and freaking
through the battle.
You're fighting against
That's
that.
right.
So it's tough. So it's important that we all get together as much as possible and
we can
try to raise
it.
money for organizations like that.
And we can do it. No doubt about it. Going back to saying hello to some folks. Bill Jacob, again, thank you so much for all that you do for me. I know what you do for me. Thank you so much. Let me continue on. We have also Ocean State Bass Fishing. Thanks for all you do for the plug builders out there. I see your little advertisements on Instagram on all these plug builders that build. You're lucky if you get an ad built by this guy. They don't come easy. These 10-second ads, are like incredible. Okay. That's it for saying hello to people. Thank you, everybody who's made donations. Also, let's get back to Jonathan. Jonathan, anything else you want to ask Orlando tonight? I'm sorry for keeping you on hold that.
No, it's okay. I don't want to take up any more.
Just one more question, please. Take up all the space you want.
Well, to answer, I didn't really answer his question, but to answer for him, I think when you're starting off, because I think he's been building for a couple of years now, especially as you're developing new stuff, you want to be able to buy more product, but also you want to be able to get your product in people's hands so they can test it. So that's where you have to kind of figure out, like, you can't look at it. If you're just doing it for short term, then charge as much as you want. You know what I mean? But if you're looking long term, you want to try to get your product into as many hands as possible so you create a following and you have people that will believe in your product. When I first started, man, I was losing money. I guaranteed I was losing. I was giving away product, because nobody knew who NorCalKat was, and so you had to get your product into their hands. And it's tough, man, because a lot of people, when they don't pay for something, sometimes they don't appreciate it as much.
Correct.
So you give a guy a free product and it ends up, you check with them, a few weeks later, and he's like, oh yeah, it's still sitting in the car. I haven't even freaking put a cast on it. And it's like, you're just like, so that can be disheartening. I'm sure you've experienced stuff like that, and I know a lot of other plug builders have. So, it's a fine line, especially starting new. You know what I mean? Because your product has to be proven, and you have to try to get it into as many hands as possible. You know what I mean? Until you establish that reputation of making a certain product that works. So it's tough, man. Especially nowadays with the cost of everything.
Yeah, it's expensive.
You know what I mean? I just ordered some material that I needed. My material was $600. My shipping was $180 on a $600 order. $180 just in shipping.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I was just like, are you kidding me? Like really? Like, it's crazy, man. So not only are you paying it on the product, you're paying it to get it to you, and it's astronomical. You know, I mean, it's like, oh man, it's tough. So
yeah, I hear that totally. Everything is expensive, from the food we eat to the product we like to the business that we have. Every product is expensive today. Going back to Jonathan. Jonathan, anything else? You want me to wrap it up?
Yeah. That's
right.
One. Yeah.
So, Jonathan, to you, thank you very much. For those of you guys that don't know, Jonathan Hoka Hay Plugs, please check him out. He makes a quality plug. I put him up.
You said it right for the first time.
Yeah, I know, right? You're right. It only, after 6 months, I'm guaranteed to finally say. I think I called Orlando Sammy for 6 months before I finally called him Orlando. But
we have the spoof.
I'm telling you, man. So, Jonathan, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you. I'll get you out that bucktail, buddy, and good luck fishing out there in California.
All right, just add that bucktail in with your giveaway tonight.
With my what? No.
Just add the bucktail in with your giveaway tonight.
You didn't have to do that, Jonathan. All right, listen.
So nice.
Gonna have to mention you
I
again.
only throw white bucktails usually.
Okay,
That's
all
it.
right, no problem. When I see you here one day, I know you come out to the East Coast. I'll take care of you then, no problem. But I'll add that bucktail in. Thank you to Hoka. Hey, plugs. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. Mr. Poseidon is psyched up. Let's go. Where are the bonuses, guys? I want to see the real bonuses. The real donations. Like we're waiting for that dream guy to come out there and go, hey, how you doing? We're going to donate $1 million to you. Get the bleep out of here. It's not happening. I'm satisfied with $2, guys. Trust me. Thank you, WR. I know you made another donation. That's your second one tonight. Dom AZ, thank you so much. God bless. Thank you. Thank you to fishing. Thank you to this community. Thank you to everybody that's on here. Thank you to Orlando. Thank you to Hoka. Hoka, plugs. And thank you big time to, it's going to get out soon, Thomas Hood. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. I love my community. I love everybody on here. It's always a good time. Guys, just take a quick look again. This is the giveaway tonight. One lucky winner. The Outcast Laws. I mean, come on, guys. You know what you're getting here for your money. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful product. Where is it, honey? Where am I? With guests. There we go. That's what I got. I got it. I got the buttons all lined up. It only takes 9 years. Joe Pinto, I love the love, buddy, the heart. Joe Pinto, thank you so much. I'm ready to tear, honey. Are you? We're ready to break $40 tonight. Are you kidding me? Come on. I mean, really. I mean, I'm happy, man. I have such a beautiful community of people. Danny D. Morales, what a wonderful guy. We went out. Next time Danny D. Morales has his getaway in Coney Island, up at the Wits End, that's a surf casting up bar. The Wits End. Honey, you got to come next time. Yo, Danny, the food. When Danny has that, you got to come. Bring your own beer. They do not serve beer there. Bring your own alcohol. It's a beautiful thing. You go to ShopRite. Go buy a 6-pack over there. I'm going to charge you the same as well. Bring it. They give you the ice. You put the beer right in there, and you drink your own. I don't touch that. It's mine. I paid for that one. I got that from ShopRite. All right, give me that Costco, motherfucker.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, excuse me.
Oh, my goodness.
I love everybody. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you so much for coming on. You are a wonderful cat. I want to say also, let's not forget Turtle Cove Tackle, honey. How could we forget Turtle Cove Tackle? These wonderful people that make wonderful products for our belt. I got a boga holder. It didn't almost come out right. Boga holder. Boga holder. And I got their lanyard, which works perfectly with it. You know, when you get to the bracket of the 60-pound boga, it's long. And if you're short like I am, I'm only 2 inches tall. So when you're that short and that boga is flipping around, that end of it can reach my knee. So I noticed after the first time just hanging it off my belt, I had a clip on there, and it would swing and it would whack my leg hard. So I'd be like, wow, I got to change this. So I got the boga grip holder. Wonderful. Holds that thing in place. When I need it, I just pull it out. And they make some other great products. Excuse me for Mr. Pineapple acting up, but they make some other great products. Now listen, there's a lot of new people out there who are going like this. Who is this guy? This guy does not know nothing about fishing. He's an idiot. Subscribe to my channel, man. We're going to have fun here together. I got some competitions. Oh, the competition, honey, April 29th. It's a one-day challenge. It's happening in Piermont. Everybody's invited. You can register at Eventbrite. Please put that up, honey. Yeah. Eventbrite. Don't spell it like the real Bright, spell it the fake one, the one that's not in the dictionary, right, honey? Is that right?
B-R-I-T-E.
Yeah, B-R-I-T-E.
Yeah, I'll put it on there.
Eventbrite.com, and you can go there. Punch in,
Search Mr.
just
Poseidon.
punch in Mr. Poseidon. Don't punch in Orlando. Nothing's going to come up over there. Right? Punch in Mr. But you want to find Orlando? Go to Instagram. We'll set you up on the bottom. We'll put up his...
Yeah, it's right there on the screen.
It's up on the screen. NorCalKat. That's NCK for those of you. You got to come up with that. You got that one, NCK? At NCK. Be sweet. I know that's tough to get, but just in case. I know you checked it out already. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. What were we saying, honey? Help me. I'm going to say.
Just to register for the
registering part. You can go there or you can come down the day of the event. And if you want to get parking, look, be smart. Get your truck. It's the end of April. Could be a nice day. Could be a cold day. Could be a day in the middle. Could be a day of raining. We're going to have big tents set up so we can cook under the thing. We're going to be dry. We're like, you want a hamburger? You're going to be like all soaked. Yeah, I get it. Get in your truck. Get the pass. How do you get that? Get in touch with me on Instagram. Hey, Mr. Poseidon, how do I get my one-day pass? You're going to meet me, and the reason I say meet me, whenever you want to come down, I'll meet you. As long as it's in the daytime on the weekdays, I can meet you, and I'll show you exactly where you got to go, exactly what you got to do, and it's $15. $15, get your pass, drive your car down. Yeah, your day pass. So this way, if it's raining or anything, you can sit inside your truck, and then you get a bite, you can run outside for that. It's worth getting soaked when you catch a fish. Orlando, would you not agree?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are fishing in Speedos and flip-flops. I don't do that, man. Those days are over for me. That was on the days.
I saw your old picture.
I know, man. I was fishing on the beach with my Speedos.
Shorts and...
It was nice, though. But I will tell you this, Orlando, that the other fishermen that were on there, none of them were getting the girls asking them, hey, this is before we married, right, honey? Hey, did you catch any fish? No, but I sure got the real fish right now. Anyway.
I got some sausage.
Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you, Orlando. If you see a picture, now, Orlando's a good-looking, look at that smile. He's a good-looking guy now. But if you see him when he's young, ladies, stand back. Stand back. Good-looking guy, Orlando. I know. I seen you. I saw you in your younger pictures. How old's your daughter now, buddy?
She's 19.
Wow. She's getting older now. Is she going to college or anything?
Yeah, she's going to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good deal, Orlando. Good deal. Joe Pinto, thank you for that donation, Joe. You're wonderful. You've constantly supported me, Joe, from the start. You're giving me tips. I followed your tip on Instagram. I do full-blown out videos now. I don't do that sideways small stuff. And it's worked, Joe. I got to be honest. It's worked. I do the same thing also. You told me you got to do shorts on YouTube. And that's what I've been doing. And I've been getting quite a few views, Joe. So, Joe, that's all owed to you. You don't need to give me money. Nobody needs to give me money. But give me bleeping money. Give me bleeping money because I'm sick of doing this weekly without getting any benefits out of this. Soon, guys, soon.
It's tough, man.
It's tough.
People think that,
it's right.
That you're making a lot of money. I mean, you literally need to have like 2 million freaking views to get paid like $500.
That's it. That's it. I mean? So it is, Orlando. You are right. You are right, Orlando. But I'll tell you something, Orlando. That on YouTube, you have to work your booty off. You have to consistently be on. And I've taken a break since my broken ankle. I haven't done any videos in the winter, which I consistently go fishing in the winter. Bruce Bay knows I go fishing in the winter. Quite a few people, Zinger Baits. But I got to be honest with you guys that, guys, it's all about the grind. That's all I'm going to say. I can keep going on the winter thing and telling you what to do, but it's all about the grind. Just get out there as much as you can. Follow the laws. That's number one. Follow the laws, and any fish you have is gold, man. It's gold. It's a beautiful feeling. We're surf fishermen. It's not easy. When you catch a fish off the surf, and it's a nice, respectable 25, 20-pound fish, even a 15-pound. Man, that is golden. You work for that fish. You should be proud. And thank God for streaming platforms or social media such as Instagram and YouTube, that now we can share this. Look, I'm connected with Orlando from California. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. I'm very happy in life right now. I hope everything keeps going good for all of us to keep going and enjoying our lives. Correct, honey?
Yes, somebody had a question
Go ahead.
earlier. Churchwood was saying, "Where's Orlando in Northern California?" He went to college in Chico, California.
Chico's about hour 20 north of me. I'm in near Sacramento
Oh, okay.
right now. So yeah, so yeah,
A little further.
I actually fish a lot near Chico as well.
Oh, there you go. That was Churchwood with the question.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Orlando, before we go, I know it's a little late right now. It's 8:20, and I know I guarantee I'm not even going to put money on it because I'll lose it. You're going to work after this, aren't you?
Yeah,
I know you,
I'm gonna be painting up some plugs that I'm making for Saltwater's Edge. Yeah, so I'll probably painting from after this till I'm tired, man.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt about it. All right, so we're going to do that giveaway if you want to hang out a minute, Orlando, before we say our final goodbye. So we'll be giving our giveaway, honey. You want to set that up?
Okay,
If you got last week, if you got last week's,
I'll go grab
if you left a comment on last week's
live stream.
which was with, who was it with, honey? Only a week ago.
Right, that was Gian.
Yeah,
Walker,
that was Gian Walker, and that was also
and Finn
Hawley.
was,
That's right. Two
Striped
dynamite
Bass Hunt.
guys. Yeah, striped bass hunt. All right, so set it up and start spinning the wheel so we can get this going. Let me put on a
okay,
little
while
music.
I do that, any tidbits and tips you can give the people?
Yeah, give the people any
Orlando?
tidbits, Orlando.
Let's say we're going to the spring right now. For the East Coast guys, you're gonna want to have small profile lures, because a lot of the bait hasn't grown yet. So my advice would be to start with like small 4 to 5 inch lures. And yeah, you'll be surprised how successful you are even with bigger fish on a small profile, because a lot of the bait right now is pretty small. So until you start seeing larger bait being present, then you start moving up on a bigger size. One thing I could give you guys, I've been practicing for the last couple of weeks, is a new knot that I've been liking. I haven't used swivels on my braid to my leader connection in over like 10 years almost. I've been practicing this new knot. If you guys want to look it up on YouTube, there's a couple videos. There's more than a couple of videos, but there's a couple of videos that are pretty good, and some of them just suck because they have no audio. It's just the guy tying the knot. But it's called an S as in Sam and C as in cat, an SC knot.
Oh.
And it's a direct knot from your braid to your leader. I've been tying it for the last couple of weeks, just practicing. I've probably tied over 100 of them, and just practicing my method and just getting that muscle memory. It's a pretty damn nice knot. I want to say it's a knot that I'm probably gonna be using this year quite a bit. So
Very cool. Very cool. Anything else, Orlando, you want to add? I don't want to.
no, I mean, unless guys have questions, but other than that,
Yeah, anybody got any questions, man? We're still
Because I
taking
could talk
questions.
forever, man. Once you got me going, it's like I could talk forever. But
Yeah, I know you can, Orlando. You are the man. When it comes to fishing, it's great, Orlando, to have you as a part of the community. Why? Because number one, you're very conservative about these fish. You care about these fish. You care about most of all. I know we tend to ignore it. I do also. But the time out of the water. I don't know how many times I've heard you on other iPods and other casts, and even on my show mention how quick to get that fish back, how important it is. I know you were in the middle of trying to have an invention. It's tough to build something where we keep it in the water and we don't even pull it out of the water, basically, other than a few seconds just to get the weight. I know how important that is to you, and God bless you for that. God bless our community for having you, somebody. I know when there's ever important votes going out, Congress, you're always on it. You're always posting it on Instagram. And I love you for that, because I don't do that. And you do that, whereas I should be doing it more. But you do it, and you're number one for that. I believe in you, Orlando, all the time, buddy. And guys, number one also, don't forget, he's a conservative who does all that good stuff for us. But he does build plugs. They are awesome plugs. They're pretty plugs. If you can get your hands on one of those, consider yourself a lucky camper. I have my plugs. I try to keep those like gold next to me. Even the hooks, I'll be using sandpaper on those ones, but they do catch me fish, man. They do catch me fish. Look, remember, it's the look of the lure that's going to get the striped bass fisherman, but then comes the second phase. Can it catch a fish? Is it work right? Well, with Orlando's product, you know you're getting the right thing. Mike Seco's asking, want to ask about West Coast striper fishing. I have a family I'm going to stay with out there, and I need some info about fisheries, specifically any info on Puget Sound. Am I saying that right, honey?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Puget Sound.
P-U-G.
Puget. There you go.
Yeah,
Orlando.
yeah. So
Take
that's
over.
basically
Take
up-
over.
That's up north, near, I want to say that's Washington. That's a strong steelhead and salmon and sturgeon fisheries out
Wow.
there. So you're not going to have striped bass. I'm not saying that it's impossible.
Okay.
Striped bass have been caught out there, but it's not enough to say that, oh, I'm going to have a dedicated surf rod and I'm going to go cast for them. It's more of a bycatch out there.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would look at, depending on what month you're going to go, you know, it could either be steelhead, salmon, or sturgeon. What's going to be strong, depending on the month you go there. I'd probably join up with a guide for a day at least, to at least get the ball going and to figure out, you know, you can pick his brain and then, you know, venture out on your own, you know, ask those questions. But that's primarily what they're known for out there is world-class steelhead and salmon fishing for the most part out there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that, Orlando. I love the, especially out in the West Coast. I don't think anybody tops you when it comes to information. You're up on it all. Thank you so much for that. All right, so let's do that wind down now,
Okay.
honey.
The
Yeah,
drawdown.
the
The drawing.
the drawdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to do the drawdown here.
Rubbing off on me.
All right, so let's spin it, honey.
Hashtag drawdown.
There you go. Spin the drawdown. Tim Murphy's out there. There he is. Tim
Okay,
Murphy.
here we go. Oh, and also say hello to Weekend Warrior. I was trying to say hello
yeah.
to Weekend Warrior.
Go ahead. Say it now. Say it now. Weekend Warrior Surfcaster. What's up, buddy? How you doing? He's a good fisherman. He's out there in Brooklyn. He's taking care of business, that guy. Stand back. He does take care of business. Good guy. Very, very responsible guys, and I love responsible men. Joe, you are the man. Also, I want to say hello to really quick my man, Tim Murphy. He is now the maker, the only maker. Check this out, Orlando. He's got these little clips that he makes, and you can hook that up right to your clip, put that on your rod. There's no damage. Excuse me, on your reel, there's no damage. He's got these nice rubber inserts in there, very professionally made, high-grade steel, no rust. Nice stuff if you want to keep yourself prime. If you're traveling with your reel on your car, which a lot of us do when we're going from spot to spot, it's nice to have this on. Scratches will be
You know what you
depleted.
can use that for too?
Okay.
Do you see Bill Wetzel's video on something like that?
No, I didn't. Tell me.
Okay, so you could use that because somebody actually made a tool like that Bill Wetzel made a video on, but you could put that in your bag, right? Do you ever get like a small lure, like a 5-inch, let's say, little minnow or something that ends up in your tube all the way in the bottom, and you can't stick your hand in there? It's like
Yes.
stuck all the way in the bottom.
And that's what he
Well,
does
use that
use it
little
for.
hook.
He does.
Fish it out.
Yup, this is
yeah.
good.
Use that little hook to
Tim, I
fish
know
it
you.
out, and then and now you can get that lure that's stuck on the bottom of your tube.
I'm so excited. I'm
Very
sorry
nice,
for
very
getting
nice.
so excited, but such a fact, Tim. You also can, and he's like, there it is. That's right. You can also use this to get that lure off the bottom of your tackle box. Let me get that clear motion in there. There we go.
There you go.
So there it is right there. Anyway, going back now, we're going to do that raffle. You got 3 products tonight. One donated back from Hoka Hay.
Donated by Hoka
Yeah.
Hay.
Hoka Hay plugs, which he won tonight. He's going to donate it back. That's the bucktail made by L.I. Bass Hunter. We'll leave a link at the bottom. Also, Outcast Laws. You guys know these guys. Pencil popper here, 5 ounce, especially if you're out the canal. Really good stuff to use. You can chuck this a mile. Look at the way they're built. I mean, it's going a mile. And then you got Vinny's Customs, beautiful packaging. The whole story on Vinny in the back. makes a wonderful product. That's a double jointed with a plastic tail there on the end, single hook, triple hook in the middle. Dynamite stuff. Let's go. Let's raffle that off, honey. Let's do the spin.
Okay.
Spin it
Here we
up,
go.
and the winner
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner is
Ocean
State
State
Bass
Bass Fishing. Put it up so they can see it. You can't leave it like
Ocean
that.
State Bass Fishing.
Come on, put it up. There it comes. Don't worry, it's coming. We got to make sure that Ocean State. Oh, there he is. I didn't even get the countdown.
Okay.
There it is, right
Yeah,
there.
we're
Oh,
always gonna-
put it up. There it is. Ocean State Bass Fishing.
wonky.
You win, brother. You are the man. You deserve it, brother. You are the man. Thank you so much. I love you
There it
guys.
is.
I love everybody. I love Orlando for coming on the show tonight. The callers who called in, Thomas Hood and Hoka Hey Plugs. Thank you so much, Jonathan. You guys were dynamite. Thank you, everybody, for showing up to the show. We'll do our little live dance, except tonight I'm going to take some clothes off. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you for coming to the show,
All
buddy.
right. Thank you, Eric.
We'll
Thank
see you next
Romina.
time. We'll see you real soon. I'm
Thanks, Orlando.
proud to have you on my show, brother. Thank you so much.
All right,
Good
bro.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Take care.